Superstition. A belief, not based on human reason or scientific knowledge, that future events may be influenced by one's behavior in some magical or mystical way.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Well, not if the responses to this game are to be believed. Hey everybody, JK Calloway here at Real JK Calloway, coming at you with the results for this week's hashtag skirmish game, and this week we played hashtag Millennial Superstitions. Although it seemed like a lot of people just played Bash a Millennial. It was remarkably uncreative. Thanks. We didn't trend this week, but that's okay. There were still lots of funny, accurate tweets out there, so thank you everyone for playing along. Now before we get into the top 10 itself, make sure you download that hashtag Roundup app. It is outstanding. It does promote all the best weekly hashtag games, including hashtag skirmish, which is me. Download it today. It's a free download. You will not regret it. Outstanding app. And of course, make sure you hit subscribe for me. We're getting right around 350. It's getting good. Got some new content coming up for you, not just the top 10 countdown, so make sure you subscribe. There's some good stuff coming. Now let's get right into it. Our top 10 for this week's hashtag skirmish game, hashtag Millennial Superstitions. Number 10 comes from @MiseryCake. If you say student loans into a mirror 3 times, absolutely nothing happens. But it's worth a try, isn't it? It is kind of hard to pay for your student loans when, you know, people make coffee at home a lot of times. Number 9 comes from @Mark_mewords. Carry a locally sourced grass-fed chicken's foot for luck. That seems more like it could be millennial voodoo, but I mean, let's be real, it's the same thing as a superstition. Come at me, voodoo practitioners. Number 8 comes from @_nocturnal_. Reading without your fake glasses makes your gauged ears close up. Nothing worse than having your own human mutilation stop working. You know, you pay a certain amount of money to slowly distort your visage, and then all of a sudden it starts, then you just look like a normie. I mean, how will people know you're interesting? Number 7 comes from @daveswear_daves. If you don't lock your doors at night, bad people will come in and add gluten to all your food. I know the whole gluten thing's been going on for a while now, but at least 50% of the people that think it's bad still don't know what gluten is. They're just like, it's wheat. No, it's not wheat. It's part of it. I'm still waiting for someone to die from a gluten allergy. Like, doesn't it just kind of give you the burps, like hurts your belly a little bit, just makes you feel uncomfortable? You might just be eating too much food. It's probably not a gluten thing. You're just a hog. You're just a gluttonous pig. Number 6 comes from @to-and-fro1979. A place without free Wi-Fi is not a safe place. I kind of agree with that one. At this point, if you don't have free Wi-Fi as a business, you're kind of useless. I'm supposed to use my data when I'm getting my hair cut? Who do you think you are? Number 5 comes from @AmandaEnnen91. If you spill a ramen seasoning packet, you have to toss some over your shoulder, or else they may raise the price by 5 to 7 cents. No! Never been a big fan of ramen. My wife still eats it like crazy. But she went to college, so I understand. She developed a taste for it. I'm a corn dog guy. If I'm going quick food, I'm going corn dog. You can tell by my belly. Number 4 comes from @MansonMcManson. Patting your man bun 5 times will ensure your Uber arrives on time. I've only taken Uber a couple times because cheaper than a cab, and I don't have to wait as long. Not sure how that works, but good job, Uber. But yeah, it's been fine. I haven't been murdered yet. It's coming. I've yet to have an English speaker, but same as a cab. Number 3 comes from Aaron Lee 7. An avocado a day keeps the student loans away. That's why my wife likes avocados so much. They're gross. Like, I get that it's healthy and whatnot, but it's like bland paste. It's gross. It gets stuck in your teeth. There's a giant pit in it, like a warning. Like, why do you people eat so many avocados? It's gross. They're disgusting. Stick with corn dogs. Number 2 comes from Zoof Genius. If a black cat crosses your path, you'll automatically turn emo. There must have been black cats everywhere in the mid-2000s. Good Charlotte, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance. Like, Fall Out Boy's not bad. They're not horrible, but they're still pretty bad. There was a point in music where a bunch of guys decided they needed to be sensitive, but also didn't know how to play anything other than the Power G Green Day chord. Basically, looks like that. It's a Power G. Now, before we get to our number 1, here are some honorable mentions, including one from the host at Real JK Calloway. One from myself. Take a gym selfie, or the workout never happened. It's hilarious to me that so many people post gym selfies, or that's their avatar. I said the whole word, not just Abby. Avatar. You know it's okay if you don't do that, right? It's actually about health and keeping yourself healthy. It's not about impressing others. If you stay in shape so you can impress the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you're into, what an empty way to do it. How about read a book, or study something, or get good at something other than lifting things? Says the remarkably out of shape 37-year-old. I landed my prize. My wife's gorgeous and she's the coolest person I know, so I guess watching nothing but stand-up comedy and professional wrestling in my youth worked out. One from E. Fox Band. Step on a crack, delete your mother's Snapchat account. Obviously, I'm not a millennial. I'm 37. But, God, that'd be so creepy if my mom had a Snapchat. I don't have any friends that post sexy pics on Snapchat. It's always about what they're doing or their kids at this point. A lot of kid snaps, which is cool. But the ones that sometimes do are the ones with kids. Like, they haven't learned their lesson yet. I need to be pregnant again. One from Seth Schaefer. Have to swipe right once for every 10 left swipes. I'm assuming this is a Tinder thing. I've never been on it, obviously. Actually, no, it's not true. I was on it once. Because I didn't know it was a dating site. I thought it was like Hot or Not. Do you remember Hot or Not from like 15, 20 years ago, whatever it was? Probably like 10. But you know what I mean. But it was like you just flip through pictures and you give them like a check mark or a red X, or I don't know what it was, but it was basically like, yeah, you're hot, yeah, you're not. It was a stupid waste of time. It was a complete waste of time to feed people's egos. But that's what I thought Tinder was. And someone at a bar I frequented at the time doing karaoke and stuff, because I'm a singer, they told me about Tinder and how it was fun. And I was like, all right, cool. And it's basically the same thing. You swipe one way if they're hot, you swipe another if they're not, whatever. But then someone messaged me. And I'm like, what's this? Why are you talking to me? You're just supposed to be a picture. Apparently it gets a lot of people laid, so it's doing a good service. One from Unknown Writer with a 1. If you don't retweet your friend's tweet, the Slender Man shows up. That was a fun game. I played that for a while, but you know, we all know that it's not real. Slender Man does. And one from Ben4623. Break the glass on your fake glasses, and it's bad luck for the next 7 music festivals. Well, what was that recent one? The Firefest or something? I don't remember what it was called, but the one that Ja Rule did. A bunch of rich white kids decided they needed to go to a festival because Ja Rule was attached to it. Firefest, I don't remember what it was, but like it was just a shit show. But really, is that any different than any festival? Shitty food, shitty music. Like, what are you expecting? Just take some acid and have a good time. Gotta overcomplicate it with having music? Selfish. And our number 1 for this week's hashtag skirmish game comes from at CGTV0. Never play with your fidget spinner on an empty stomach. That thing is interesting. Like, it's annoying as crap. Don't get me wrong. Both my kids have one now. It's wonderful. Grandma bought it for them. Of course she did. But, like, I guess it was developed by someone who was for ADD or something like that, and it focused. I don't know. It was it's an interesting story. I remember hearing about it, and then they just sold the patent, and then some douchebag mass-produced them. It's just a ball bearing. It's really, like, it's one of those things that comes out and it explodes, and everyone with like 5 brain cells is like, "Well, son of a bitch, I could have done that. We could all make one. It wouldn't take long. You just need a shape that, you know, is symmetrical. You put a bearing in the middle of it. Like, it's one of those things when you saw it blow up, you're like, well, shit, I could have done that. I gotta think of another way to catch these kids' attention. Like, can I just get a screw, and then you put something on the screw and you spin it and it goes down the screw, and then you spin it the other way, it goes back up. Give me $1 million, please. And there it is, my friends, our top 10 for this week's hashtag skirmish game, hashtag Millennial Superstitions. Thank you so much for playing along. Always a treat to read through your funny thoughts and the machinations of your mind. Again, before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. Always appreciate when you do. I'm actually going out of town in like 14 hours or so, whatever it is. I'm not sure. It's Saturday morning. I'm going to go to the cabin for a while. I'm going to be gone for next week's skirmish game on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. But I've got some killer co-hosts lined up. The amazing Molly Cocktail and her love, Sir Unsinkable. So make sure you tune into that one August 9th. It's going to be a killer game. Don't forget to download the hashtag Roundup app. Hit subscribe on the channel for me. My name is J.K. Calloway. We will see you next time.